We somehow let weirdos end up becoming relevant people in society, and then we turn a blind eye to their weirdness until it's just too fucking late. I might not be a Brainiac 5 ass nigga, but even I know you shouldn't enable weirdos to keep doing weird shit. I don't want to get all enlightened on you internet invalids, but this leader of reason, Beccaria, he was some lawyer or something. He was pretty smart for someone who was born in 7 million BC. He came up with many ideas that we use to this day. An example would be the American criminal justice system. America is pretty much the only country in the world where you're supposedly innocent until proven guilty. I say supposedly because if you're a dark-skinned ass Nubian, that shit doesn't apply to you. The moment you walk in a courtroom and you're black, at least of average height, and not even moderately light-skinned, you get a night of life for just shoplifting. But this nigga Beccaria really wants niggas to have fair trials. So because of him, we have the innocent until proven guilty, making him one of the realest niggas up there with Tupac and Biggie. And this man was a G. He went on to create the Academy of Throwing Hands or some shit. So you know this nigga really was about it. That was a long ass sine over cosine. But the point is, his view was we should have laws that prevent crimes. Because when you prevent crimes, there are no victims, and that's Gucci. Because we don't want to see people crying out here. And you'd think this would be some common sense shit, actively preventing weirdos from gaining some sort of influence. Kind of like what snitches like to say, see some, say some. Normally I don't condone of snitching, but when it comes to stopping people that's actually fucked up in the head, I'm all for it. But the problem is, half of the internet is filled with slow ones. They really be at a different tempo, so they go out of their way to enable these predators, and eventually these predators get too large to handle. And this is what makes my heart bleed, watching this whole situation unfold. We get to watch a 30-year-old grown man defend himself against allegations of child grooming, having his wife/husband serve as a proxy to pull them in so that he can fuck them. Reminds me of Sweeney Todd. The barber would kill people, and the woman would help him hide the bodies by baking them into pies and some shit. If you came looking for some concrete facts and video receipts, you came to the wrong channel, partly because I'm too lazy to go and research this. Plus, there are already mad videos about this, 20 minutes long and shit, going in depth about what he's fucking doing. I couldn't make a 20-minute long video about a Harvey Weinstein-esque nigga, mostly because it would take too long for it to upload on YouTube, since I have such a crappy computer and internet. Plus, I would throw up and get sick having to listen to these really young girls talk about him manipulating and grooming them. Not only does he groom kids, he's shown himself to be someone who shouldn't even be around his own kids at all. This nigga Greg is really something special, and I don't mean good type special. He's just a special case, a child abuse case or some shit, which is kind of sad if you think about it. He's pretty much the R. Kelly of the YouTube world now, and we all know it. And just like these gullible R. Kelly fans, his Onionites are still clinging to him, eating up everything he says. There's mad videos of him trying to snatch some teenage punani, which is crazy. Of all the accounts YouTube likes to ban, I'm surprised this nigga isn't on the list. YouTube really needs to fix what it's doing. Like deadass, what is Wabbajack doing? This man really been doing the dirt. I can't even count how many girls he's been cycled through. Girls, not women, girls. And you know it's serious when Chris Hansen is sitting down with all his survivors. The takeaway here is that this man is really fishy. He has a whole history of being an abusive nigga. A lot of people he had been with end up calling him an emotional abuser. Plus, if you read anything he's ever published, like his books, Why I Hate You, Stones to Abigail, Reaper's Creek, you realize that this man really needs some help. And you can't even hide it as, oh, it's just artistic expression, because it's really not. This man really needs some help. Not only is he ass at writing, but he really thinks he's some deep and profound nigga. I've seen people on hentai sites write even better fanfics than the sack of dog shit that this emotionally unstable man likes to call writing. I feel as though if we as a people could come together and say that R. Kelly really was a shifty nigga, why can't this apply to Onision? Why can't his fans see that this nigga is really shifty? You will literally find a solid percentage of this nigga's fans in comments fighting for this nigga. They're at the same level of K-pop fans with their psychotic behavior. It's scary how down they are with him too. They go out of their way to make a fool out of themselves defending a predator. Usually I judge a YouTube event or situation based on the like to dislike ratio on videos made on the situation to see where the community as a whole stands on the issue, and it looks like every video is taking dubs, and you can see only a small number of his fans are actually going out to dislike the video. So it even goes to show you that his fans see that this nigga is a total op, and yet they still feel compelled to go and voice up a defense for his creepy, disgusting behavior. And not only is he an op, he's the biggest bitch made op there is, disabling the ability to see the likes and dislikes on his videos. That just shows that this nigga is in panic mode without a doubt. And the worst part is that he's really being allowed to move about freely. I understand he isn't exactly in court over this right now, but it's nasty to watch him just keep going around manipulating and lying. I love how Twitch recognized that this nigga really was a problem and quickly dirked his ass out. I wish he could be a man and just step up to the plate. Those who are truly innocent and have nothing to hide, they would easily be able to defend their actions, especially if they know that their actions were pure. They would be able to defend their actions without trying to manipulate and frame the narrative to make themselves look like they're innocent. The funny shit is mad people have caught this nigga in a lie, and still no one is making the right moves to murk this nigga. And by murk, I don't mean putting him on the news or on a shirt. I mean actively ending his relevancy and influence on this platform forever. This man really has been doing the most for years. Even before YouTube, he's got mad shit going on. He's been giving off school shooter vibes from day one. Like, this nigga really isn't clean. He has a history. Apparently he's been stalking his female victims online, and he's had mad videos where he was rating like preteens. I don't know, man, I'm not one to judge on people's taste, but if you really can't go for women that's actually legal, you must really love your pedophilia. Apparently that's not the only philia that this nigga's into. I don't know why he's giving me mad Ted Bundy vibes, but at least Ted Bundy went for women who are in college and older. This man can't even wait for that. The fact that he had to pull some op shit and call the cops on Chris Hansen made me realize just how weak this nigga really is. And he lied on his 911 phone call, trying to make it look like he was in danger. I mean, he is in danger of taking a fat L, an L which he really do deserve, but still the fact fact that he had to go and call 911 instead of stepping out and, you know, defending himself and his actions. It really shows what type of character he is. Even worse be the fact that he be deleting videos when people criticize his actions. I don't think that's what people who are innocent actually do. I can probably say I've never been a fan of this guy or even been remotely interested in what this guy does, and I thank the Lord God Allah every single day for that. There's just something about how the internet allowed such a demon to rise up that causes a shiver down my spine. And I'm not even trying to be dramatic. This nigga really used his internet fame to lure minors into his home, flew them out and everything. That's no different from a nigga using candy to pull high school girls into his leased Camaro. View this as a call to action if you will, but something substantial needs to be done quickly, or else more Onisions will arrive on the scene. This man really is a cockroach or something. You would think that all the L's he's taken on this site would have been enough to get him to leave, but it appears that as long as YouTube doesn't permanently ban his ass, his fans will keep on reviving him like there was popping sensu beans in his mouth every time he gets caught being a creep. This has been your boy Newbie signing out and shit. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay crispy, my niggas, but more importantly,